today I kind of wanted to just have a little discussion, a little chit chat, because it's been a while, and I kind of wanted to just sit here and talk. All right, so that's what we're doing here. No script, just kind of running off on the fly here. I'm just gonna kind of talk to you guys about Wildlands because it's been fresh in my head. I've been playing it a lot lately again, and as you guys have known, you've probably seen a few of the videos I've been putting out. But yeah, man, Wildlands. What keeps us coming back? What brings us to Wildlands to this day still? The game came out, what, 2017? It's been years now. But why do we keep coming back to it, and why do we keep mentioning it? Why do we keep talking about it constantly? It's because it did multiple things right. Despite the fact that it did multiple things wrong, it did a lot right, okay? And that one thing that it did right, better than any other Ghost Recon game, is the attention to detail. Every single little thing is so beautifully crafted, and I'm talking about the world right now, okay? I'm not talking about weapons and gear, because I'm sure there's some mishaps there. As you guys all know, Ubisoft has a track record of screwing up weapons and gear and not making them look true to what they're supposed to look like, but that's besides the point. What I'm trying to say is Ghost Recon Wildlands has some of the most beautiful environments, and like every surface you touch, every surface you look at is incredibly detailed. There's so much life, there's so much wear and tear on the world that they've crafted, okay? In Breakpoint, for example, it's so clean. Everything is so clean and boring. There's none of that. There's none of that detail. There's none of that real kind of grittiness that Wildlands offered. All right, and I know that Wildlands wasn't a true Ghost Recon game when it released. It still isn't, guys. I'm gonna be frank with you. It's not a true Ghost Recon in the sense that there's no squad controls that are actually good and useful, and there's no team controls. All right, there's no setting up, staging up your different teams, your Alpha, Bravo, and Charlies like the original game. And this is a grander point that I'm trying to make, that I've tried to make, that I've spoken many times on. All right, you guys know. If Ghost Recon Wildlands, I'm telling you right now, if Ghost Recon Wildlands had the team control that Ghost Recon 1 had, the original Ghost Recon games had, then it would be the #1 best Ghost Recon game ever made. Alright? All it needed was some of those few features that Breakpoint brought that Wildlands didn't have, like for example cutting fences and little things like that. Those little kind of things that would pop up, and then you say like, oh, I wish I had this, I wish I had this. Well, Breakpoint answered a lot of those small little things, all right? And that's why Breakpoint, again, I still enjoy it and I still love to play it too, but Wildlands, all right? Wildlands to me is the #1 Ghost Recon game, all right? It's the #1 Ghost Recon game. Well, it would have been. It would have been, like I said, if it had all that control that the first game had. If you literally take all that squad control and that team play and all that tactical kind of decision making and staging before missions and those briefings, if you took all of that and you brought that into Wildlands, then you would have the #1 Ghost Recon game. Because Wildlands has the detail. Again, it has the world. It has the best depiction of a Ghost Recon play space than any other Ghost Recon game has, and it's because of the vastness of Bolivia that they've recreated. This kind of fictional Bolivia, this postcard Bolivia. Every single place you go to is gorgeous. Everywhere you look is gorgeous. It's memorable and it's immersive. You really get like just soaked right into it, man. It's like pouring water into a cushion. That's what the player is. You're the water that's being poured into the cushion, all right? Every time you load into Wildlands. Sure, it's going to get a little hollow and sometimes a little frustrating, but when you really look at the overall picture, when you really look back at Wildlands and what it really was, man, it was a great, fantastic Ghost Recon experience. I know it was hard, the critics were hard on it, but it's because they basically went away with the OG tactics of the original Ghost Recon and replaced that. They replaced all that team play with basically playing with co-op with your friends. The idea behind Wildlands going into it was, hey, we're building this big open world, it's Ghost Recon, you can play with all your friends, you can mark targets, take them down together, and that's really where Ghost Recon Wildlands shines, man. When you actually play it in co-op, if you get 4 dudes like you see right now in this gameplay that I'm showing you, because I got together with a few guys this past week, and I was just recording our session just for fun. But yeah, man, when you get into a group like that is where Ghost Recon Wildlands shines. Because again, where it lacks in team play, that's where your friends come in and kind of fill in that void. But that's also what pisses me off, man, because not everyone has people to play with. Not everyone wants to play with people. Some people just want to game alone. No one wants to deal with that. And that's where we needed those squad controls. We needed those team play controls. We needed that immersion, that tactical fucking freedom, that tactical mission planning and mission kind of briefings at the start. We needed all that stuff, but they didn't give that to us. They gave us team play. They gave us co-op play. And that was, again, to fill the void. But that's where also the modern day Ghost Recon games also start to be, for me, just places for me to critique. Because again, man, when you lack the original core of what Ghost Recon was, and in development, from the onset of development, it was planned to be a squad-based tactical shooter, a team-based tactical shooter, right? With all that good stuff. But when they went co-op, when they went open world and went co-op, it did fucking piss me off, man. And it pissed off a lot of people, and still to this day it does. Wildlands, I still will criticize. I will, to the ends of time, I will fucking criticize Wildlands, alright? But that's not to say that the game isn't the #1 Ghost Recon game. Because when you look at any other Ghost Recon game, you'll never see the amount of detail in the graphics like you do in Wildlands. So is this just me saying, well, Wildlands graphics are the best, so that means it's the best Ghost Recon game? No, that's not what I'm saying. But when you actually play Ghost Recon Wildlands, you turn off that HUD, for example, or you put on that minimal HUD, maybe some cross-com HUD elements, you really get soaked in, really immersed, man. Especially if you play on Tier 1 where it gets wildly difficult. I'm telling you right now, Ghost Recon Wildlands can be played in the most tactical, intense way possible. And that's how I've been enjoying it. That's since day one, that's how I've enjoyed it. And that's how I try to play Breakpoint too. That's why these games work for me, because I can kind of craft them to kind of play in that same mentality, in that same headspace as the original Ghost Recon games, but with that kind of modern, beautiful graphics and the ability to, again, to just hop in co-op with your friends and do some fun stuff, man. You can just be going down a road, you see a camp, you see some targets, you can set them, you can set up how you want to go about tackling those objectives, right? And then you got to deal with Unidad and the helos and all that stuff that can come in if you get opened up on it. So it's a lot of fun, it's a lot of tactical freedom, there's a lot of epic kind of action-packed segments that could also transpire while playing. So again, it's always this kind of fresh feeling. You got some really good gear options. Sure, the crates fucking suck. Every crate thing sucks, man, in any game. But Wildlands really took the cake for what not to do in customization, and that's where Breakpoint really did shine, man. Breakpoint's got way better customization because it's not locked to mystery crates. You're not just pressing purchase on a random crate and seeing what you get. In Breakpoint, you go throughout the island, whatever, you find things, you buy things at the shop, whatever you got to do. But in Wildlands, yeah, it was really left up to chance, man, and that's really what bothered me personally. But yeah, man, Wildlands, guys, if you don't play it, I don't know, I would recommend you play it. If you haven't played it, I'd recommend you play it. But this is really, guys, the reason why I love Wildlands so much is, again, the incredible detail and just the tactics, that feeling of being in this kind of expanse world and seeing all these different types of areas to tackle, these unique areas. There's towns with life. There is this feeling that you're actually helping people, even though a lot of the times you're destroying a lot of the shit that you end up fighting in. But I mean, you get what I'm saying. There's people there to rescue. There's people there to work with. You got rebel support, rebels that are designed better than outcasts. You can call in mortar strikes. You can get helos. You can actually get a Black Hawk like helicopter in that game. I mean, guys, you can basically capture that essence of the OG Ghost Recon games, but do it in Wildlands. Again, I know the team play and the squad play is not there. Again, I know they left it up to co-op, but I mean, it's fun, man. There's nothing more fun than Wildlands co-op. I'm telling you right now. Change my mind. There's nothing better than Wildlands co-op. You can't, man, because you'll never change my mind, all right? Anyways, guys, I don't know what this video is. I just felt like talking, but yeah, I didn't run a script either, as you guys know. As you can see, I'm just rambling on and shit, but yeah, it's been a while since I've talked like this. I mean, I wanted to do a discussion, and I figured, well, I want to talk about Wildlands, because Wildlands, again, it's just such an immersive game for me, man. I love the detail. I love absolutely everything about it, and that's why I still play it. That is why I still play it, all right? Anyways, why do you still play Wildlands? Let me know in the comments, alright, guys? And as always, thank you for watching, and take it easy.